Hey everybody, welcome to the Be Strong Challenge. My name is Christopher Stewie and I'm one of the personal trainers at Myofacial Barhaven. So today we're specifically going to be talking about in this webinar about our importance of recovery. So we're going to hit three topics today, one being tissue recovery, another being nutritional recovery, and of course our mental recovery. What all of these mean in some subcategories and a little bit of how we can get there. So the first thing we're going to talk about is some tissue recovery. Now, we're going to talk about a few different things. One, stretching. Why do we stretch? And of course, where we can get into some stretching classes here at Myofacial. If you're not already doing so with your trainer, which you should be. Just kidding. Our trainers are awesome. So, one of the biggest things about stretching is why we do it. We elongate these muscles just so we can get better blood flow through the tissues. This is really going to help recovery because as that blood comes through the muscle, we're bringing new nutrients and of course more oxygen to the muscles and allowing them to have a better elasticity, which also helps decrease injury rates. So stretching is really important. Whether you do stretching before with a dynamic stretch or afterward with some static stretching, including dynamic stretching. What's a dynamic stretch? Stretching while moving. Things like arm circles or even a jumping jack can technically be a dynamic stretch if you're using that full range of motion. Then we look at static stretching. Static stretching is more something like a static arm hold, making sure that your posture is nice and correct, keeping your anatomical position. You want to think the longest position from point A to point B. Of course, that's a stretch. The next thing we're going to talk about is tissue work. So, why am I holding an alpha ball? Well, we have some great classes in Myofacial, one being yoga tune-up. So yoga tune-up is one of those classes where you do a lot of tissue work, using the ball to roll out your muscles. Now, why are you rolling? Myofascial compression. So what that means is the muscles are encased in what's called fascia. Fascia is all throughout your body. If you've ever done any adaptive body work with myself or any of the other trainers who are trained in that, or any FST, whether you've been with Mo or Jordan or Shannon or Dan here at Barhaven, you know that FST is really beneficial for elongating fascia, allowing it to move more fluidly and allowing it to slide together really nicely. It takes up the entire body, so we got to take care of it. Now what happens sometimes is when that fascia gets really tight and those muscles get really sore, it'll squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. Kind of like when you put a sweater in the dryer and then you try to put it on, it doesn't fit properly. So what you want to do is take those balls, dig into the tissues, and actively move through that tissue. That's going to create more neurological stimulus, and so the cells and the tissues can get moving. More movement, better results, right? So again, yoga tune-up is a great class for that tissue work. Now there is something else going on around outside that some people have heard of. It's called Thermo Cycling. What's that mean? Ever been in an ice bath? Well, that's one half of Thermo Cycling. So, whether or not you are sore after a workout, or you went for a long hike and you're sore after that, Thermo Cycling is a great way to increase recovery. So, you start off is with a nice heated room, or just getting moving, getting that heart rate up, getting your body warm, right? So you increase the temperature around your body. One of my favorite ways to do it, heated blanket. I'm not gonna lie, it works great. Then you want to have a nice cold pack or an ice bath. Say you have one specific area that's sore, whether it's an injury or just muscle soreness. Heat, ice, ice. Continue that methodology over and over and over again until the area is numb. Then just move, see how it feels. There's plenty of other ways, tips and tricks to get through soreness. Which brings me to my next topic. Recognizing soreness versus injury. The biggest thing we don't want to do is inhibit an injury, right? If you're pushing through that injury, pushing through, it's only going to cause something worse. So what's the difference between something that's an injury or something that might just be sore from a workout or a hard hike, something like that? This is the first way and easiest way to describe it. If it feels like you're pushing your thumb into your forearm and it's uncomfortable, that's soreness. When someone pinches the back of your tricep and it feels like a sting or a stab, that's pain, and that's not good pain. That generally means there's an injury going on. Now, of course, you should always ask your trainer if something is really bothering you. Say one day you feel a crack or a snap or a pop, and the next day it doesn't feel very good. Always ask your trainer if this is something to be concerned about. Give them the details. More details the better, and always remember, recognize what is sore and what's an injury. So the next thing we're going to talk about is nutritional recovery. A little bit less in depth than that, because we did have that great webinar from Azalea last week. So she did dive pretty deep into that. But I'm going to quickly touch base on, really quick, let me just flip to my next slide, is our post-workout meals. Now, our post-workout meals are really beneficial. You want to make sure that you're getting enough protein within the right amount of time frame after your workout. 20 to 30 minutes, you should really be getting some protein in. That's when it's going to be the most beneficial. Now, of course, your trainer is probably going to have all these nutrition tips for you. The biggest thing, though, is getting in your protein after your workouts. Because guess what? That's what's going to help the muscles recover. If we're not getting the proper fuel, they're never going to recover. So make sure you're getting that protein in. The next thing is consistency of your meals. Right? Make sure you're being consistent. Make sure, one day you're not, stuffing your face. Let's be honest. Candy's good. It's tasty, but it's not good for you. Don't eat it. But we also want to make sure that we're being consistent. Not bad one day, good the next, bad one day, good the next. Make sure you're having those balanced meals, those balanced nutrition. And again, if you ever have questions, ask your trainer. Every day is going to be different, but make sure that you're staying in communication with them. The last thing I'm going to talk about very specifically is hydration. Not enough people talk about this. How much water should we drink every day? Standardized testing shows 2 liters of water a day is what we should at least be drinking. Key word is at least. As a male, if you're working out, if you're training hard, and you're being active throughout the day, 3 to 5 liters is really what you should be drinking. As a female, 3 to 4 liters is, again, pretty much looking at your minimum. The more you drink water, the more that's going to flush through the system, allow your body to help release toxins, and not only that, but it's going to make you feel better, and it also helps your skin, your hair, everything on the outside as well. So if you feel good inside, you're going to look good outside. The last thing we're going to touch on, really quick, is mental recovery. So sleep, stress management, and of course self-worth. If you're not sleeping enough, you're going to be tired, you're going to be exhausted, and let's be pretty frank, you're probably going to be grumpy too. So it's not a good environment whether you're working out, at work, or at home with the family. You always want to make sure you're getting that 7 to 8 hours sleep. 7 is a minimum, and 8 hours sleep is ideal. But not just sleep, restful sleep. I'm sure everyone's been out there where one night they just can't fall asleep, they lay in bed, and they're staring at the ceiling. Biggest thing here, if this is your problem, try different management tactics. Meditation, create a routine, have a tea before bed, and if you keep that routine, your body will understand, oh, this is what it means, it's time for sleep, right? Find that routine and keep it up. Again, consistency is huge. From there, we're looking at stress management. Stress management is difficult for every single person. Don't ever think that you're the only one going through it, because guess what? We are all there to help each other, whether it's talking to a friend or, again, doing some meditation or finding something that's a bigger stress reliever. Working out's a great one. Say cooking might be one. Or say you find something that's active and fun for you. Hey, if you're a little bit more a logical and numbers type of person, try Sudoku, right? The last one we're going to do is self-worth. Self-worth is huge. If you don't believe in yourself and you keep putting yourself down, it's going to take a very big toll on the body. And not only that, it's going to take a toll on the people around you, because everyone around you believes in you. That's the biggest thing here at Movati. We believe in you guys, and we know that this challenge is going to be exactly that, a challenge. It's hard and it's difficult. But if you believe in yourself, we all believe in you. It's going to come through and you get the results and reach your goals. So hopefully today's webinar has been a little bit informative. And I'll see you guys around Movati Barhaven. If you ever can, pop in and say hi. Have a good one.